History of Konohara Academy. This is a lot to read, so forgive me. 70 years of history. There were likely some tragic incidents that occurred during those decades. Does anything here give me a hint as to the departed's identity?
4章死人の気配
I close the Konohara Academy brochure once I've finished reading it. Then I take a sip of the coffee I brewed. Ah, good stuff. It's been 3 days since the end of Slit-Mouth Kashima's case, and there's yet to be a new notice. In the interim, I've borrowed several documents from the school in a desperate bid to find any clues related to the departed's identity. The investigation, well, it's not going so well. I feel like I'm treading water in the middle of the ocean, and I can't see the shore. You're not streaming. Instead, my sense of uneasiness keeps growing larger and larger. Time to get going. Mr. Konoe called me in today. I'd better head to the school. I'm feeling much better today than I was last time, so I decided to take my car. After cresting the steep slope, the school grounds finally come into view. Mr. Konoe is already left by the time I arrive at the faculty room. Without any direction, I decide to go to the infirmary. But just then, someone asked me to fill in for an absent teacher. I'm still not used to standing in front of a class. However, I do my best to remain professional and struggle through it, teaching a lesson cobbled together from stray bits of my knowledge.
Can I ask a question?
A female student timidly raises her hand.
It's not related to the lesson, though.
What is it?
I heard you're investigating the departed. Does the departed really exist?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. My answer causes a stir among the students. Obviously, I know the departed does exist, but I can't just share this fact with them. In this end, that's the response I decided to leave them with. The chime signaling the end of class sounds. Saying my goodbyes, I leave the classroom and walk toward the infirmary. School is over. It's time to start my investigation. None of the mark bearers will be here today since I didn't tell anyone I was coming. Had I just made this decision earlier, no one would have been killed. I'm always one step behind. Mr. Konoe should be back by now. I better go to the faculty room. save over the first one. Hate to have to relive that. This is what happens when I don't have time. Forget I need to go places.
Hello, Yoshiki. Sorry for making you wait.
Has there been a new notice?
No, I didn't call you because of that. I just wanted to directly report your results in the slit-mouth Kashima case to me. Go ahead.
I gave him a general report about the slit-mouth Kashima case. It's also been decided that the broken glass and the dirty floor in the art room will be left as it is for the time being. I can't blame them considering the current state of the old building.
I see. It just keeps getting worse, huh? Daimon's been attacked, and the Departed's identity still eludes us. Are there any clues that could help unravel this mystery?
I've been digging through some of the school's documents, but I couldn't find anything linked to the Departed. Mind lending me other documents of interest if you have them? I'm especially interested in the older ones. I've barely seen any, which is odd for a school that's got 70 years of history.
Oh, about that. I assume you've learned that our school was firebombed in an air raid during the war, right? Aside from the old building and the clock tower, everything was burned down. That included the building that stored the school documents.
Oh. Even without the physical documents, you can always ask people who might recall the history you're interested in. Do you know anyone offhand who might remember?
Let's see. If the previous headmaster was still in good health, they'd be a prime candidate. He was curious about Konohara Academy's past and did some digging on his own.
And where is he now?
He died of a heart attack last month. That's why he's the previous headmaster, and I am the current one.
Oh. Okay.
Say, Yoshiki, I want you to be completely honest with me. Are you confident you can solve this case?
I am.
I like that attitude. Just bear this in mind. There are only so many strings I can pull if people continue to disappear. I'll be held responsible for the fallout, and you'll be removed from this case. Put it bluntly, our investigation will be stopped.
I'll remember that.
That's all I wanted to say. Oops. There was actually one more thing. This morning, Doruyou, the student council president, asked me if you'd be coming to school today or not. Why don't you go see her?
Because I'm still trying to figure out. Daimon wasn't attacked. He was just multi-lunged. Right? Well, both Doruyou and Michiho are in the student council room when I arrive.
Hello, Mr. Yoshiki. Thank you for the other day.
Well, it looks like Michiho's fully recovered. She doesn't seem sick or dispirited.
Mr. Konoe said...
Get out of here with that. Mr. Konoe said you're looking for me.
Yes, there's something I'd like to discuss with you. Though I don't feel like saying it myself. Michiho, could you help? You're such a scaredy cat, Hime. Alright, take a look at this photo first. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Michiho shows me a photo of the pool at night. I have to say, the empty water at night is pretty eerie.
Does that look empty?
What is that? There's something pale floating above the water's surface. Like, I don't know, kind of looks like a fat guy mask. Well, the photo is too blurry for me to make out what it is, but it looks like the puffy, swollen face of a human.
I was the one who took this ghost photo. The swimming club came to us to share their concerns about the pool ghost. I snuck into the school a while ago and took this picture.
Well, that's literally trespassing.
Oh, come on, don't be so uptight. I did it to try and keep the student body calm. I still can't believe I managed to get this snap, though. My supernatural sense is truly something else.
Michiho grins from ear to ear. Seems like she hasn't learned anything after what happened to her during Kashima's case. Are you telling me to investigate this spirit?
Exactly. I've heard there have been a lot of strange incidents in the swimming club recently. The spirit is behind those incidents. We have to do something about it before it gets worse. Do you mind investigating it for us?
Only until a new notice arrives.
Thank you.
Now, tell me more about this spirit.
Where should we start?
I would go with when the rumors started.
I believe it started after the fuss around Takai died out.
What fuss? Care to elaborate?
Oh? You haven't heard about it? Kyoko Takai was the first noticed victim. While she's said to be missing, the rumors said she was killed by Himeko of the toilet.
Is she talking about Ribbon? Now that I think about it, I never actually learned who Ribbon was. Horikoshi told me about Ribbon. She used to be in brass band club with Izumi, and the two of them used to bully Hanako together.
Well, yeah, I can't deny that. She was on bad terms with Akai ever since they were first years.
Did something happen between them?
Oh, it was just Takai's personality. She was always an attention seeker. She'd form a clique and have them fawn over her. She really loved that.
Takai was invited to join her circle one time, but she refused.
Is that what turned their relationship sour? I mean,
This is just
a... This is just a hunch, but Izumi's bullying of Hanako might have escalated because he had Takai by his side. They had a shared bond of, well, hatred.
Takai was known for her flashy red ribbon. Everyone knew she wore it all the time, and she didn't care because it was given by her boyfriend, or so I heard. She really treasured that thing. When you touch her ribbon from behind for fun, she'd get really angry. Then her boyfriend...
That's enough, Michiho. You're flying off on a tangent now. Takai doesn't have anything to do with the pool case.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Tell me about the spirit's identity.
While we still have no idea who the spirit is, some say it's a girl. During club activities, some of the swimming club members said they heard a weird female voice. Some also claim that they saw a severed head at night, like the one in that photo.
Is that all just a weird severed head? Okay. Anything else strange?
When they're swimming, all of a sudden, they feel like they're being suffocated and almost drowned. That kind of thing had supposedly happened more than 10 times.
Too much of a coincidence, don't you think? Bet the spirit was trying to suffocate them with their curse.
That's all we know. Please take care of the rest of us, Mr. Ishiki.
I'll try investigating it later. At night.
Right, I forgot. Wait there.
Michiho writes something at her desk.
Take this. This is the dorm's number and my phone number. Call me if anything happens. Or if you're feeling lonely.
No. No, thank you.
Aw.
Jeez, Michiho, don't be a weirdo.
Right? Jesus.
I can't help teasing him, you know? He's way too serious, you know?
I quickly leave the student council room, putting distance between myself and their cheerfulness. Pool rumors. What does it mean I also heard a voice at the pool? I haven't been to the pool yet. Yeah, may as well go save. Oh, there's still some time before the end of the day. Better explore the special building and collect some more information. I spot a familiar-looking boy while glancing over the spacious library. Once he noticed my presence, he immediately approaches me with a smug smile on his face.
Well, well, look who we have here. But isn't Mr. Yoshiki? Big congratulations to you for surviving the oh-so terrifying Mount Kashima. I expected nothing less from a renowned spirit doctor.
Well, you told me I was going to die, but I was just lucky.
I think so too, actually. You are blessed by the goddess of fortune. Unfortunately for Mr. Diamond, he couldn't escape his cruel fate. Heard he's hospitalized at K Hospital.
You sure know a lot about my situation, don't you, Abe? Don't you think it's time you tell me what sorts of tricks you have up your sleeves?
Oh, goodness me, to think you would be interested in my secrets. I'm attracted to you, Spirit Doctor. You're drawn to my mystery. Basically meant to be. I don't dislike the sound of that.
Don't dodge my question. How did you...
What a silly question. I don't see any need to answer that. Don't you know? What makes a mystery fascinating and captivating is the fact that it remains a mystery. Let's keep our relationship that way. I'm in no mood to alter it. Now, if you excuse me.
With a chuckle, Abe leaves the library. Well, I've got no idea what to make of that kid. I doubt we'll ever understand each other. I feel like I'm talking to an alien. Is this what they call a generation gap? I step out of the library after that conversation, feeling rather frustrated.
School will be closing shortly. All students, please promptly vacate the school grounds for today.
I guess that's enough for my evening investigation. I return to the infirmary to prepare for the night's investigation. Might as well wait until the sun sets. Since I'm dealing with a spirit here, they should appear at night. Oh, despite having no appetite, I forced down some cup noodles and I bought on my way here to replenish my energy. Top it off with a cup of instant coffee with extra sugar. Doesn't compare to the stuff I brew myself. Coffee is still coffee, though. It's a hot black drink chock full of caffeine and chlorogenic acid. Telling myself that, I gulped the drink down. I do love coffee. But the night is getting late. It's time to head out. Got a call. Who's it from? Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Yoshiki. It's me, Himeko Doruyou from the Student Council.
Why'd you need to call me this late at night?
I There's something I wanted to tell you. Remember how earlier I said Takai had nothing to do with the pool case? Actually, it's the opposite.
Did you find out something?
I asked one of Takai's friends at the dorm. Turns out Takai used to be in swimming club.
Hang on. Wasn't she in the brass band club?
She quit the club after injuring herself during practice. After that, she joined the brass band club. But apparently, she still often came to watch the swim club practice. I heard she asked one of her friends in the club to let her swim from time to time. Because of that, the swimming club members kept away from her.
So she just did her own thing.
There's more, though I don't know if it's related to the case or not. Right before she died, she apparently lost her ribbon in the pool.
Didn't she love that ribbon a lot? Sounds like, well, that would have been rough on her, huh?
Yes, I heard she was flipping out. She searched all around the pool, the locker room, and the members' bags, but never found it. She was even saying she'd drain the entire pool if she had to. We were having a hard time stopping her.
Did she find her ribbon in the end?
No. After that, their notice appeared.
Doruyou stops talking. I guess that's all there is to the story. Well, thanks. It'll help my investigation.
I should be apologizing for troubling you. Please call Michiho if anything happens. She'll come flying. Anyway, have a good evening.
Still not sure whether Kyoko Takai is connected to the pool case. Maybe I'll get a better understanding once I go to the pool. I'm done with the new building. I leave the special building and head to the pool. I hate the pool. After a bit of walking, I arrive at my destination. The entrance is blocked by a low palisade. Obviously, given that the school hours are over, it's locked. Forgot to borrow the key. No choice but to bulldoze my way through. Putting my feet on the palisade, I managed to shuffle myself over in one try. Well, this is the pool in question. I'm not sure if a spirit will appear tonight, but let's take a look around first. I see nothing on the surface of the water. Certainly not a severed head. The water is cloudy and clumps of algae float atop it. I'm guessing no one's using the pool these days due to the incidents. There are some benches by the pool. Judging by all the mold growing on them, these benches must be pretty uncared for. Each lane has a diving board. I find a small object on one of the diving boards. Oh, please be a tooth. Yes! I love finding teeth. Do I normally hear that sound after I put a tooth in my pocket?
よし。
The bucket and floor brush have been left out. Someone forget to put them away.
これは
Oh, there's benches by the pool on this side with dead insects scattered on top. What was that voice? Oh, groany. Oh, crap. Who's there? Oh, come on. Come on, please work. Oh, no, no, no. Turn off. Turn off. Aim my flashlight toward the source of the voice. There, I spot a bloated ghost that looks like a drowned corpse. Such an awful sight to behold that I can hardly keep myself from looking away. Now that I take a closer look at her, she's wearing a Konohara Academy uniform. Judging by the hoses wrapped around her body, she looks like a victim of Hanako. Is this spirit of Kyoko Takai, the missing person from the first notice? I start to get strange chills all over my body. Shit, I won't be able to endure this for long. Kai keeps saying, "Save me," over and over again. It's like she's begging for forgiveness. Hanako's no longer here, though. She can't forgive her nor save her. How do I save her now? The only things I can use at the moment are the bucket and the deck brush by the poolside. I don't want to get anywhere close to this ghost. What am I doing? I was a Boy Scout. Neither of those are the option I was hoping for. See what the bucket does. Can't resist.
これでどうだ
I try scooping the air with the bucket several times. Will you be saved if I do this? No, they were not. Well, that was not the right way to save her. Scooping the air does not do anything. I mean, if you think about it, the air it does act like a fluid, so if I move enough of it, eventually the ghost should move from in the pool. I could just keep going with it. don't know that. You've got hoses around your body. I don't know why scooping up floating rubbish would do anything, but
よし
I feel like I get a good shot at it. Try scooping the trash floating on the water's surface with the deck brush. However, all I managed to do was scoop a single leaf out of the pool. Oh, I'm gonna die again. God, I wish Daimon was here. He would know how to do this. Okay. Okay, this just makes sense now. I should have gone with this to begin with.
これでどうだ
If I pull out the water, if I scoop up the water with the bucket. Takai's spirit stares at the pool, murmuring something in a relieved voice. I know this is just a dumb hunch, but maybe I stumbled on the right answer. Turns out it was. Did she say there more? I guess I need to do more to save this soul. Stop hitting me! Damn it! What should I do? Okay. This is a trick question. This is probably not the right choice.
これでどうだ
Go deeper in the water. Try putting the bucket deep in the water before scooping. The bucket's so deep in the water that it's quite full. I slowly lift it. I'm guessing she wants me to get the bucket deeper into the water when she says, there, more. In that case... How's that? I scooped deep like you wanted. Takai's spirit stares at the water inside the bucket. Ah, I follow her gaze and see something floating inside. Wait, what's this? It's a flashy red ribbon. I think I remember something about Takai wearing a flashy ribbon. Is this what you've been searching for all this time? Hey, this is the right choice. I heard Takai disappeared while she was looking for her favorite ribbon. She was probably killed by Hanako before she ever found it. And she's gone. Guy's spirit laughs happily as she disappears into the darkness. Regret that Takai's lost soul bore has been dispelled. She shouldn't appear here again. Let's go back to the infirmary. As of yet, the departed hasn't shown up during this case. My wife can show up whenever she pleases. Well, this concludes the request investigation. Yet the night is still young. What should I do next? For some reason... Oh. I feel a set of eyes on me. Or a dozen sets. See, I knew it couldn't be that easy. There's something on the other side of the window. Okay, goodbye, dear. Was that the Departed? Were they here, though? Why? Huh? There's an unfamiliar item on the desk. This is... Oh, the Departed's notice. Oh, that's not fair. There's two of them. Student council? Do they mean Michiho and Doruyou? Shit. Oh, what to do? First things first. I need to check whether they're safe or not. Better call them now. Michiho's gonna love this. Oh, you finally called me, Mr. Yoshiki. Yes, I know. I had to make sure you weren't dead. I take out the note Michiho gave me this evening. And then I punch in the number written on the paper. Michiho isn't answering. Well then, let's call the dorm and check if they're in their rooms.
Konoe Academy student dormitory here.
The languid voice of a middle-aged woman is transmitted into the receiver that is pressed against my ear. She must be the dorm manager. My apologies for calling this late at night. My name's Yoshiki. I'm one of the teachers at Konohara Academy. Have Himeko Doruyou and Michiho Kinukawa returned home?
Hold on, Mr. Yoshiki, right? So you're the teacher who's been hitting on those two.
What?
Playing dumb, I see. I've heard it all from these kids here. No? They say there's a four-eyed and middle-aged teacher who's been hanging around Doruyou and Kinukawa an awful lot.
Hang on a second. This is...
My goodness, how immoral. And more indecent teachers trying to get their hands on these innocent students. Just admit it already. That's what your intentions are, aren't they?
This is getting me nowhere fast. She's prejudiced against me. Why is this happening now of all times? What can I do to make her listen to me? None of these are good options. I'm gonna bring up Mr. Konoe. I'm investigating a case at the request of Mr. Konoe. If you refuse to cooperate, that's your choice. but I'm letting you know that he'll be hearing about it. Are you alright with that?
Huh? Hold on a second. You're joking, right?
Why don't you try calling him and see whether or not he thinks it's a joke? So, what are you gonna do? Your call. The door manager remains silent. Merely mentioning the name Konoe seems to be a pretty effective tactic within the school.
My apologies. You see, the female dormitory has been getting a lot of weird calls lately. I didn't mean to offend you at all. I'm just taking precautions for the girls' sakes. You know that, right?
Sheesh. Well, now she's finally willing to listen. So, where are Doruyou and Kinukawa?
To tell you the truth, both of them haven't returned and it's already past curfew.
Excuse me?
I always warn the kids that they need to get back by curfew, but they...
Door manager offers up a bunch of half-assed excuses. She obviously just doesn't want to be held accountable.
They actually left after coming back. I let them go since it was before the curfew. I didn't do anything wrong.
Did you ask where they were going?
No, I respected their privacy. But I distinctly remember that Kinukawa was talking on the phone before she left. Judging by the conversation, I assumed she was invited out by someone.
Oh. Okay. I'll try looking for them. Ignoring what the door manager attempts to say after that, I immediately hang up the phone. Oh, this is bad. Stifling my mounting anxiety, I quickly try to organize my thoughts. At least I closed the blinds. They got a phone call and left the door. Luring their target out with a phone call is a trick the departed has used over and over again. And knowing that, it's probably a sign they've been lured back onto school grounds. I need to find them and quickly. Makes sense they might be in their council room. Well, I was wrong. They are not here. I don't think my wife would have impersonated me telling me to go to the faculty room. But I could see them trying to pose as that weird kid Abe. So let's try the library. Where I saw him last. No, I'm not good at this. Maybe it was me. I was really hoping it wasn't going to be in a new building. The two of them have to be at school somewhere. But where to look first? Ow.
Come. Place, connect, past, future.
That feeling just now. And that whisper. It's the same voice that told me to pretend to be Mr. Hirose during Slitmouth Kashima's case. Come to the place that connects the past and the future. That voice is trying to guide me here somewhere. It wouldn't be a classroom. Oh no. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's go see my wife. Ugh, flashlight. Yeah, Oh, you're not my wife. A female doll is standing in the darkness. You're the one who called me, right? I forced the words out of my tensed mouth. So, a place that connects the past and the future. It must be this corridor that connects the old and new buildings. What the hell are you? The doll only responds with a hollow voice. We simply stand facing each other, both of us motionless as time passes. Meanwhile, Doruyou and Michiho are... I feel uneasy thinking about it. Hey, why did you call me? What is she trying to say?
Please. Bell rings. My...
The doll in the red dress disappears, blending into the darkness. What did she want to tell me? Place where the bell rings. The place where the bell rings. What's in there? Where is there? Oh. That answers that question. Jesus. Place where the bell rings, eh? There's only one possibility. The clock tower. A landmark of Konoe Academy that was built to commemorate the school's 10th anniversary. Having fortunately escaped the fiery ravages of war, it became the symbol of the school along with the old building. The clock stopped working 7 years ago, so there's no way the bell can ring. I say to myself as I expect the opposite. But I've often heard the bell since coming here, especially on occasions when the departed's presence is strong. Oh, the bell is ringing. Girls are screaming. That scream just now was a Doruyou. She's nearby, probably inside the clock tower. The door of the grand clock tower is slightly ajar. Almost as if it's beckoning me to enter. The moment I put my hand on the rusty doorknob, the double doors fling wide open. And What exactly am I seeing here? Not what I was expecting. Both Doruyou and Michiho are lying on the floor in their underwear. What the hell happened in here? You guys okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, that's Doruyou?
Doruyou replies weakly. She can't think straight.
Mr. Ishiki.
Michiho groans and calls my name. Can you stand?
Don't think so. I can't move my legs and arms.
A huge blob is wriggling around them, restraining their limbs. It looks like a massive slime mold. I'm gonna rip it off.
Wait! Don't provoke the bugs, they'll bite!
They're cockroaches. A swarm of insects are crawling on their skin. Some are venomous, including the centipedes. If this is the departed's doing, then these are likely no ordinary insects. There are bound to be massive consequences if I mess this up. These girls could end up like Daimon. Oh, I miss that guy. Ugh. I better be extremely careful, take things step by step. What should I do first? I can't get them clothes? Okay.
Me first.
Yeah, but you're only like the vice president, so I'm not. Well, Doruyou first. First, I rip the slime mold that's binding Doruyou's limbs. And then I carefully brush the bugs from her body. Can you hear me, Doruyou?
Mr. Yoshiki?
Let's get out of here. Can you walk?
Yes.
I help Doruyou back to her feet and get her out of the clock tower. We should be safe here. I'm going back for Michiho now. Wait here. I return to the clock tower and do the same thing in the exact same order to help Michiho. Lastly, I scoop up their uniforms from the floor and run outside with her. I close the doors behind me and heave a huge sigh of relief. It all went well. For now. While the two are getting dressed, I look up at the clock tower. Is it just coincidence that they were put here? I don't think so. There must be a reason for it. And a calculated one at that.
Mr. Yoshiki, we're done changing.
I have to ask them what happened. Before that, let's go back to the infirmary. Once we arrive, I make them some instant coffee. The good stuff. Both of them sip their drinks in silence. Their faces have regained some color. Looks like they've calmed down a bit. They should be able to talk now.
Yashiki. I'm fine now. Feel free to ask us anything you need to know.
That goes for me too.
Despite their trembling voices, they're trying to be strong. Honestly, I'd rather not make these kids recall such painful events, but I don't have a choice. Time to figure out what happened in the clock tower. Let's do the reverse of a compliment sandwich and go for a trauma sandwich. That's why they came back to school. The dorm manager told me you were invited out by someone. Who called you?
It was you.
Nope. Me?
You asked us to help you because you were trapped in the clock tower. So Hime and I went out there.
Well, I think that was probably the departed pretending to be me in order to lure you out.
Are you serious? Damn, they're a tricky enemy. Crying about your wife and everything.
Right? She is. Don't trust wives. They're crafty.
They had your whole shtick down.
Well, the good news is I tell them that I've managed to resolve the situation with the spirit in the pool.
Thank you, Mr. Yashiki. Do you think that spirit was really Takai?
So she was murdered by Hanako and then became a spirit. Kind of scary to think about a spirit giving birth to another spirit.
Takai isn't the only victim that turned into a spirit. Shinji, who was killed by Kashima, was haunting the gymnasium. I have to wonder if this entire series of awful events was set in motion by the departed. And more bad news.
The door was open when we arrived at the clock tower. The moment we stepped inside, a swarm of insects attacked us. They were crawling under our uniforms, so we took them off and tried to get the insects off of us. I started panicking, and everything went blank after that.
If they were just normal insects, I wouldn't have been so scared. But I saw some venomous centipedes among them. My limbs refused to move when I tried to escape. And then you came just as we were at the end of our ropes. You really saved our lives.
Was the departed the one who sent those insects to attack us?
Most likely. I saw a notice that they were trying to kill you two. Student council.
Why us?
I might have an idea why.
Do you mind telling us?
So, I've noticed that the departed's targets fall into two categories. People directly targeted by the departed, like you were, and those who are targeted by other spirits. Everyone who's been directly targeted by the departed have all been people I'm close with.
Then that means we were targeted because we're closer to you?
I think so.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry, Doruyou. Sorry, Michiho. You wouldn't have had this horrific experience if I hadn't asked for your help. Well, I'm a curse. I shouldn't have gotten involved in this case. Then Daimon wouldn't have had to go through such terrible things. My chest tightens as feelings of regret well up inside.
But we were saved because of you.
Doruyou.
You still saved our lives. That's not something that just anyone would have been able to do. You did it because you have the skills.
Yep. The other adults don't believe in the departed. You're the only one I can rely on to protect us. So please don't apologize for caring about us. We're really grateful to you.
Michiho. Thank you. Even after experiencing many terrible things, they never lose their smiles. They never turn away from the terror lurking in the darkness. Instead, they're trying to fight against it. I don't know if it's because they're brave or have a strong sense of justice. One thing's for sure, though. What those two are doing is not something that just anyone would be capable of. Witnessing their strength and resolve has given me encouragement. Two of them shine brightly, like a beacon in the darkness.
Mr. Yoshiki, there's something I'm curious about. Is the departed really hiding in our school?
Yes. Izumi and I said they're pretending to be a human.
Do you know who they are?
No, unfortunately. They're one cautious foe, disguising themselves, leaving no clues at all.
Mr. Yoshiki. Would you like to try deducting... Oh, so... Would you like to try deducing the departed's true identity with us?
Oh, nice idea. Let's give it a shot. 3 heads are better than 2.
Yeah. Sure. We better try it. Their suggestion piques my interest. Who knows? Maybe they can actually feel the departed's presence.
So, the departed is targeting those who are close to you, right? How would they know your circle of friends and who you're close to, though?
Daimon.
Since they're a spirit, they might have used their supernatural powers to figure it out. Or they might have discovered it when pretending to be a human at the school. Why don't you try exploring that option? If we assume they're just using their powers, that won't leave us any path to deduce anything.
There's only a handful of people who know about I and Show at this school. Yeah, I don't trust that guy at all. First up is my client and the headmaster of the school, Mr. Konoe. Since I report everything related to the case to him, he would have learned a thing or two about me during the process. He's always so smiley. Next, we have the curriculum coordinator, Sakamoto. A serious and cantankerous individual. She might have heard things about me from Mr. Konoe and her colleagues. Honestly, I think she just doesn't like me. But next, the male student named Harukai Abe. For some reason, he knows a lot about me and my connections. He called me Spirit Doctor. So we may know about the mark bearers too. And then we have Himeko Doruyou. And Michiho Kinukawa. Both of them have been working with me, so they know I and Show as well. Is the departed among them? If so, who is it? Well, I think it would be smart for my wife to throw off the trail by putting herself in danger. Don't think it's one of the girls. Don't think it's Sakamoto, because she's an ice queen. I'm not sure it's Konoe. Even if he was the departed, he's all too willing to try and pull strings and cover everything up. I think it's Abe. Mr. Sit there and tell me that the strings connecting me to Slipmouth Kashima are about to be severed or something. I don't know. He seemed like death too much.
Abe is quite popular among the second year.
Oh yeah, you guys could have contributed.
I mean, he's kind of creepy, and no one has any idea what's going on in his head.
It's really funny observing him. Dealing with him is a pain in the butt, though.
I'd been operating under the impression that the departed was female since they refer to themselves as a bride. Oh yeah. Me and Abe just had that conversation in the library. So why would they have assumed the form of a man when they could have just as easily taken the female form? Oh, this isn't as easy as I thought. I just don't have enough clues to deduce the departed's true identity yet. I can only press on with the investigation, all the while wondering who are my allies and who are my enemies. I'm starting to feel a tinfoil hat coming on. Before we realize it, a long time has passed. I can't just keep these girls out when they've already broken their curfew. We better leave the infirmary as soon as we're ready. Well, that's abrupt. Okay, let's save and leave the infirmary. After closing up the special building, we leave the school.
Mr. Yoshiki. Would you mind sharing more details about this case with us? Maybe we can help you come up with something.
Well, you have a point, but...
You don't want us to get involved? It's too late for that. We've already been targeted by the departed. You solving this case is the only way we're going to get our normal lives back. That's why both of us want to help you out.
Please let us help, Mr. Yoshiki.
Fine. Alright. All the deaths. Grotesque occult phenomena. The fear of being targeted by the departed. My heart is overburdened with all this stress. I want to let it all out. I just want to vent to someone. Anyone. So once these two press me, I give in easily. Opening up like an unlocked diary, spilling the details of the incidents up to this point. How Horikoshi and Manabe were killed by spirits. Daimon's hospitalization. As well as the female doll and the numerous visions she showed me. Something I didn't even tell the mark bearers. Well, I guess that's just about everything. Both of them stare at me, stunned. They must find it hard to believe. Honestly, it'd be more of a shock if they believed it at all.
Mr. Yoshiki. That doll in red dress. We know her.
Say what?
We saw her before at the clock tower. On the day we received this curse.
Wait, what curse? I'm not following you. What a turn of events. Have to ask for details. No, I want to know about the curse.
Is it okay if I tell him, Hime?
Sure, go ahead. Only because I'm sure you'll believe us, Mr. Yoshiki.
Alright.
Michiho looks serious, which isn't a side of her I've seen often.
You can see them, can't you? My white hair and the mark on Hime's face.
Yeah, they really stand out.
To tell you the truth, other people can't see them.
Yeah. What?
Aside from us, the only one who can see them is you.
That's impossible. How? Now that I think about it, there was definitely something off. Doryu's never even tried to hide her mark from others, and none of the other mark bearers have ever commented on Michiho's white hair. It all makes sense now. It's because I'm the only one who can see them.
We've been this way ever since we met that doll. This must be the doll's curse.
Okay, tell me more about the doll.
It was 2 months ago, during summer break. We went to the clock tower for the school's 70th anniversary project.
Oh yeah. Weren't you guys planning to get the clock tower moving again?
Yes. We wanted to inspect the inside of the tower before moving on with the project. That was when we saw a female doll in the red dress placed on the altar.
Did the doll move?
No, she was just sitting on the altar. It immediately gave us both the chills, so we decided to get out of the tower. But it was already too late. We were cursed.
Am I not gonna ask why there's an altar inside of a clock tower? Okay. Why have you never mentioned your curse?
We actually told the door manager about it before, but she didn't believe us. She thought we were just being weird kids. It was really hard on us. After that, we decided not to speak about it to anyone else.
Doruyou solemnly casts her eyes downward. Seems like this has really taken a toll on her and Michiho.
After that, we met you. I thought I noticed you staring at my mark. I was wondering whether you could see it back then.
Remember when you complimented my hair before? That convinced me you were the only one who could see these things. I was really happy about that.
Michiho said we should talk about it with you. I was afraid. I was scared you'd look at us weird. However, tonight I finally got the courage.
Why am I the only one who can see these things, though?
I'm not too sure about why that is. Aren't there some spiritual occurrences that are only visible to you? Maybe our curse is like that.
So is this another effect of my gifted supernatural sense? Okay, we'll hear about the woes of being cursed. I recall the mark that was carved on my body 4 months ago. It was a death curse. Undoubtedly, their curse also has the power to bring misfortune upon them. Have you experienced anything strange ever since you got the curse? Like a health condition, hearing, seeing things?
Nothing at the moment. I'm not sleep deprived and still have my normal appetite. How about you, Hime?
I'm fine too. I knew it. This curse is bad news, right?
I mean, it's called a curse for a reason.
Don't scare me like that.
feel like I've probably gotten all the information I need from him at the moment.
Mr. Yoshiki? I've been thinking about this for a while, but do you think the Departed's true identity is that doll?
I don't think so.
She put a curse on us, though. Isn't she, like, bad news? I'm sure she's the Departed. Evil spirits that were sealed in the clock tower have come out. And I'm sure that was our fault.
But she looks different from the Departed.
If the Departed can transform into a human, she can probably turn into other things, too. Even if this curse of ours is the Departed's doing, that means it should be lifted once they're gone.
Michiho gives an abnormally loud shout. She seems to really believe the female doll is the Departed. She was already investigating spirits in the Departed when we first met. I understand why she was doing that now. She wasn't my rival. She was trying to find a way to lift her curse.
If what Michiho said is true, the Departed's case isn't just something that's happening randomly. There are incidents that both of us caused.
Doruyou.
We have to put an end to this case. Please let us help you out.
I've learned new information from the two of them. The evil darkness surrounding Konohara Academy continues to deepen. I wonder when that darkness will finally be cleared away and replaced by sunshine. When we arrive at the dormitory, the dorm manager is waiting for us. This'll go over well. Given the fact that they broke the curfew and returned this late at night, it's no wonder she's beside herself with rage. But I've already learned the trick to dealing with her from our earlier phone call. She's only concerned about who is going to be held responsible for all of this. Once I promise her that I won't tell the school about the curfew violation, she takes it down several notches. I say goodbye to Doruyou and Michiho and leave the dormitory. Time to head back to Kujo Mansion. Oh good, my car still works. It hasn't been killed. There, I start compiling all the reports I need to submit to Mr. Konoe, accompanied by a cup of sweet coffee. How should I summarize this? If I mention the clock tower incident, I'm going to have to bring up the girls breaking curfew as well. That would betray the dorm manager and ruin the image of those two students. I guess I should stick to mentioning the pool ghost. The black telephone rings loudly. Who's calling me this late at night? Don't they know it's 1:23 in the morning? Hello?
It's me, Himeko Doruyou.
Oh. I wasn't expecting you to call this soon. Before we parted ways, I gave them the number to Kujo Mansion just in case. I just didn't imagine that she'd be using the number this soon. So why did you call?
Well, I wanted to thank you again for earlier.
Same here. Thank you for sharing your information with me.
Glad I could be of help. I never expected there to be an adult who would take us seriously. It made me very happy.
Of course I believe you do. I can literally see the proof of what you're telling me with that mark of yours in Michiho's hair.
Does that mean you wouldn't believe us if you couldn't see my mark?
This question is a trap.
I figured it'd be pretty difficult to just trust us, right? I have to go take a bath soon. Good night, Mr. Yoshiki.
Good night. I hang up the phone once the conversation's over. I need to wash off my sweat and get some shut-eye too. I collapse onto my bed. When I close my eyes, the smiles of the two girls I saved tonight run through my mind. My tension melts away. For the first time in days, I experience that pleasant bliss of floating to dreamland, unburdened by the past few days' events. However, I know this tranquility is fleeting at best. Once a new notice arrives, I'll have to face the specter again. Okay, now I'm really curious what would have happened if I saved Michiho first. They would have had to have died, right? A few days have passed since the incident at the clock tower. K Hospital is surprisingly empty for midday. Forgive the expression, but the place is basically dead. From the other side of the hallway, a familiar-looking man is approaching me. Next to him is a small girl. My God.
Hello, Mr. Yoshiki. Are you also going to visit time? Oh, so sorry.
Getting ahead of yourself there, Aita.
Sorry,
You're also here to visit Daimon, Aita.
Yeah, pretty much. She asked me to come with her.
おじさん、こんにちは。
Good afternoon.
This girl is Suzu Morimiya. Though she's but a grade schooler, she's also one of the mark bearers. After our previous case, she's come to idolize Aita and treat him as her older brother. Aita, why are you taking Suzu here on a weekday afternoon?
She's not skipping school, alright? Today is her school's anniversary.
I heard the situation from Maida. Mr. Diamond's still asleep because of the spirit's curse, isn't he?
most likely.
Oh, wait.
Her eyes are filled with a deep sorrow.
Don't you worry, Suzu. Mr. Yoshiki and I would definitely save Mr. Diamond, alright?
Naito
No,
proudly
it's
taps
fault.
his chest while making that claim. I have no idea where that confidence comes from. Despite my skepticism, the display brings a smile back to Suzu's face.
Ida. Mister. Can I trust you too?
Yeah. Can't trust him. He's the reason that Diamond's in the hospital.
Not true.
The only
Yes.
guarantee in this life is death, kid.
Hey, why would you say that? What's wrong with you? Listen here, Suzu. Whenever there's a case, you can bet the two of us can take care of it super fast. Or at least me. So don't waste your time worrying and just wait, okay?
Thank you, Ida.
Anyway, Mr. Yoshiki, I'll continue to back you up on your investigation.
Naito, about that.
Oops, let's save that for later.
As she already knows about death.
Shut up! I've got to get Suzu back home. I'll go to Kujo Mansion after that. Call me if you need anything.
See you later, mister.
Yoshiki.
Ida and Suzu leave after that. Crap. That was my chance to tell him. Following Slitmouth Kashima's case, I told Moe and Sho to stay out of the investigation. But Aita wasn't around, so I haven't told him yet. I finished my visit with Daimon and leave the hospital. He sounds a little bit better. Still comatose, showing no signs of leaving limbo and rejoining the ranks of the conscious. But the doctors have yet to identify the root cause of his coma. If it's truly the departed's curse that is behind his condition, he won't pull out of this so long as the departed still exists. I drive my car to Konoe Academy. A new notice hasn't been discovered yet. But Mr. Konoe asked me to teach a class this afternoon. And I am a substitute teacher. I enter the classroom and take my place in front of the students. And I proceed with the class as usual. When Konoe first asked me to teach as part of my investigation, I thought it would be an absolute disaster. But surprisingly, I'm doing just fine. On the other hand, the students seem to be doing markedly less fine. The number of fidgeting students that can't focus on classes, too large to ignore. Considering some of them also asked me about my investigation, well, it's obvious what's on their minds. The departed isn't just a fringe rumor anymore. These students have gone from being amused to being terrified. The human heart is a fragile thing. Seeing these kids with their flagging spirits, I know I need to hurry up and close this case. In what feels like the blink of an eye, class is over. The first time I taught, it felt like time stood still. It's kind of troubling to realize I've now been at it long enough that I'm used to it. After school, I start my investigation solo. Think back to my conversation with Doruyou and Michiho the other day. The departed might be someone close to me. In order to narrow it down, I make the rounds, asking teachers and students alike about the people involved in the incident. However, my efforts are fruitless, and all I get is a lot of small talk and wasted effort. I attempt to take a different angle to figure out the departed's true identity and think it over. The departed is good at hiding. Let's say they're able to take the place of someone else. And when they do, they can perfectly duplicate that person's looks, memories, and personality. It'd be the perfect disguise. Nobody could see through that. With that level of deception, the only real chance to know their true identity would probably be once they achieved their goal. Which will likely be when they exchange vows with their dear husband. And for me, well, that would either be death, or a fate worse than that. So I have to find the answer before that. I glance up and notice that it's already dark out. It's time for the students to leave school. I'm not getting anywhere by blindly hunting for clues. Better go to the infirmary and put together a real plan of action. Maybe I just missed Daimon. Oh, I find a woman in a white coat waiting inside the infirmary. For a moment, I think she's the school nurse, but then I see her face.
どうも
Hello, Yoshiki. I never would have imagined you'd be a teacher here. I was really shocked when I heard the news from Daimon.
Hiroo, why are you here?
To help you out with the investigation. What else would I be doing here?
Well, never would have imagined I'd hear the word help come out of Hiroo's mouth. There's gotta be a reason. You know what? Let's make good small talk. Let's ask about her. Well, she's Madoka Hiroo. She wears a white coat, not because she's a doctor. Hiroo's a mark bearer who works at a pharma company as a reason.
Well, true. I mean, after all the suffering I was put through before, how could I be expected to like it?
She's rather intelligent, but Hiroo also has quite the cowardly streak. However, there are times when her curiosity gets the better of her and she ends up poking her nose into bizarre incidents. Call it a test of courage, I suppose. I feel like I just asked why she's here. Let's do it again.
To tell you the truth, I'm here because Daimon asked. In the event that something were to happen to him, he asked that I come help you in his stead. Hence, I'm here, using up my paid leave.
I appreciate you taking your obligation to Daimon seriously, but this case is extremely dangerous. There have been a lot of casualties already.
Oh, come now, don't patronize me. I'm fully aware of the dangers present.
Then why are you?
Because I want to save Daimon. Simple as that. They're my friends too, not just yours. Daimon appraised me of the situation. A spirit known as the Departed issues notices targeting people and then has other spirits kill them, correct?
Yeah. And it has been pretty successful. We have a number of victims already.
That spirit seems to have some human tendencies, eh? They behave a bit like a serial killer.
The Departed is different from any other spirit I've encountered so far. They're cunning and they possess the ability to pass themselves off as a human and hide within the school.
And I've also heard they're obsessed with you, no? You sure have a strong connection with spirits, Yoshiki.
I guess so. I wonder if that's just another aspect of my lineage, like the way I seem to be able to see paranormal phenomena that others can't.
Well then, shall we proceed with the investigation?
Wait a minute, Hiroo. I'm going to investigate alone. I don't want you to get involved in this.
Say what? You're just going to disregard my feelings? I don't get a say in the matter?
Hiroo?
Didn't you understand what I told you before? You weren't the only one who feels frustrated about what happened to Daimon. So you better ditch that weird, I'm the only one who could carry this burden, I'll sacrifice myself mindset. It really gets on my nerves.
But
I'll just take matters into my own hands if you keep insisting I stay out of this. Just give it up.
triumphant smile brightens her features. I don't think I'm gonna win a war of wits against her.
Moving on to your investigation. I've heard there's no new notice yet.
As of this moment, that is correct. I have a feeling one will arrive soon, though. Let's go check the faculty room.
You have a sixth sense or something?
I guess you could call it that. I have a feeling the departed wants me, their dear husband, to continue pursuing this case. If my hunch is right, that means they'll be more likely to issue a notice while I'm here at school. And I still kind of have suspicions that Mr. Konoe could be the departed.